Hello and welcome. In this series I'm going to be talking to you about all the different locations in Star Citizen and just showing you around so you know where to go. And in this video we're going to be focusing on New Babbage. So we're going to wake up inside our apartment building, and from here we can simply leave the room. Now the apartment complex is going to have a corridor like this as you come outside. You can also see the spaceport in the distance by the 3 towers with the red lights on them. You can see the city below us. And if we turn around, this is the elevator system. So you'll come out of one of these rooms either on the left side or on the right side. You'll come to this middle section here and you'll want to come down this elevator down into the main lobby area. So this is Nest Apartments, and whatever floor you're on, we'll go down to the lobby. So if you start the game in this location, or if you've logged out and you log in within this location, this is where you'll start in the apartment complex. So as we come out of the apartment complex into the lobby, we can simply just walk through here. You'll come through one of these elevators and you'll come out into the main area. The main area has a picture here, which you'll see. And if I look left here, you can see these 3 feathers. This is Nest. This is where we've just come out of. Okay, so coming across and to the right, you're going to see the Aspire Grand Concierge Desk. This is the information stand. To the right of this is where we just came out. This is Nest. And if we spin around, you'll see here we can either go straight through here to Brentworth Care Centre. Now if you are to die or have medical emergency, you would come into the care centre. So we're just going to take a walk through here and you'll be in one of the rooms. So the rooms are through these doors here. You'll come into this main area if you come out, and from this main area you've got the terminals here where you can check in. And this is the main entrance. Or if you come through this side, you'll have your regeneration points. So I believe there's 2. Yep, you just need to walk up to them and they work. And this is where you can regenerate, which means I can change my imprint to transfer it here. And this means if I die, I will come to here rather than somewhere else. But right now I've got my imprint set somewhere else. So this is your insurance. You can do this in any space station or any port. That's the medical facilities. So if we come out of the medical facilities, back to the information kiosk, again, Nest is over there. This is just a waiting area. Everything else is just for show. So the only things here that you need to concern yourself with in Aspire Grand is accommodation, is the hospital, and then these stairs. Now, there's one on the left and one on the right. It takes you down to the MT Metro loop. As you come down either staircase, it wraps around and goes down again. So there's the other staircase. Once we go down here, we are on the train system. And we can go one of 2 ways. We can go to the spaceport or we can go to the commons. Now, we'll deal with the spaceport later, but for now, we're going to go to the commons, and it says via the Tobin Expo Centre. So, as we go to this side, and we wait for our train, the Tobin Expo Centre is not currently in the game. Therefore, you can get off the train at that station, but there is nothing to do. There are no stairs, there is no way out, so all you will have is a platform. So we can see here it says Aspire Grand. We can see that straight ahead, so we know where we are.
Careful, doors are now closing.
If you stand back as well, it does tell you the train is departing and where it is going to. So the next stop is the Tobin Centre, and it's going to take us 40 seconds to get there. So we're going to sit on this train. We're going to wait. You can have a look, take in the sights. As you can see, we're heading into the city now. And we're just going to wait now for us to arrive, which is going to be 20 seconds time. Now, we're not going to get out at the Expo Centre. It's a bit glitchy as well, but we understand. And we're not going to get off at this stop. We would simply just have to wait for the next train if we do. But if we look, we can see it says Tobin Expo Centre. You can kind of just see that on the kind of transparent information panel ahead of you. And it also says it here as well, where you are. So we want to stay on the train here because there's nothing we can do at this station at this time. So we're going to stay on this train. Now it's going to take us to what is known as the Commons. The Commons is a set of domes. There are 4 or 5 domes. You can actually see them from space as well. So here we are. It says the Commons. We can see it there. Alright, so now we're out. You can have a look around here. There is a map that you can view. This will actually show you. So Aspire Grand, where we started. We took this loop up and around. Dotted means you're underground. We went to the Tobin Expo Centre. And then we went through to the Commons, which is where we are now. Now, all of this open area here is a frozen lake. This frozen lake, as you can see, there are 2 transport links that take you to the spaceport. So when you come out, you'll go out around this way to Aspire Grand, then up to the Expo Centre, then to the Commons. And it goes around in a loop. Okay, so now that we are at the Commons, we are going to go up and have a look. So to the right-hand side, as you get off the train, you'll see the stairs. When you take these stairs up, you'll then be able to take the stairs up again. Now you can go either way here, left or right. It takes you the same way. And this is the Commons. Okay, so when you arrive in the Commons, now again, you can come up either way. If I go straight across here, this was the other set of stairs that I could have taken that takes me back down to the metro loop. So you get the idea of the opposite sides. In the middle here, in the Commons, there is kind of a yoga area with some NPCs doing some yoga in this grass area. This is a kind of a key point for you. If you see this, you'll know where you are. You're at the metro. Now from here, you can go one of 2 ways. From the metro, we can go towards the promenade. The promenade will take us above ground. This allows us to go outside, which in the future you'll learn is a quicker way to arrive here if you don't want to take the train. You can land your ship outside, you can come through the promenade, and it will bring you to here. Once you're here, you know on this grass that if you look left or right, you have the T2 metro. If we carry on round, ignoring all of these shops, these are all, it's like the food court, if you imagine, where you can get your food and drinks. But if you imagine if you come through here, we are now in the plaza. So the plaza is a ring. This goes all the way around in a circle. And it brings us back to here. Now we can go to the center of this circle in here. This is the center of the circle. And there are going to be 4 exits. There's the exit in front, the exit behind. And if we come out of here, there's one to the left and one to the right. So this is all we really have is a circle. It's quite easy to navigate once you understand. So coming back to where the Commons is, the Commons, if we turn around, we can see that on the left side we have Center Mass and we have Shubin Interstellar. Center Mass is where you will get all of your weapons from, your personal weapons. And Shubin Interstellar, if you come up to these terminals and click on this, we can shop now. So this is going to allow us to shop by utility, armor, undersuit, or personal weapons. We can do personal weapons here, which is a multi-tool. If you need to buy yourself a multi-tool and a tractor beam, which I highly recommend that you have, you should always have one of these. And you can loot them, but you can get them from here. Also your undersuits, your armor. And things to remember with the armor is if you want to wear a heavy backpack, you need to have a heavy core. Just important thing to remember there. And then anything utility wise here as well, which are kind of modules for ships or for mining and things like that. This is a lot of the mining stuff that you might want to buy. You can get that from here. Follow this round, keep going round, and it will take us to Center Mass. Okay, so now we are at Center Mass. Go inside. Once you open a door and go inside, on the back left is where the terminals are. This is where you can buy your guns and ammunition, weapons, armors, and shields. Okay, coming out of center mass and continuing around to the left. Again, if I go straight ahead, this is that middle section that I was just in. This is that middle section. But if I come back, we're going to continue round. And this will bring us to our next stop. Our next stop here, this is going to be the protection services. I think it's this side. Oh no, I don't think you can get in here at the moment. My bad. But the MT protection services, which I thought you could get in. Maybe I was wrong. Can't get in there yet. Okay. So coming out of here, we have the MT protection services on the left, center mass if we keep going straight up. And then we have the Trade and Development Division, TDD. This is the building where you will sell all of your trading commodities. You'll use this terminal. On the left, you'll select your inventory, select whichever ship you want, and then whatever you're going to buy or sell. Okay. Coming out of the TDD, I can continue around to the left where I have Omega Pro and FTL. If I just come across here, straight across, this will bring us back to where we started. This is for the new Babbage Commons. Okay, so far what we have done is half of a lap. We followed it round. We had Shubin just here on the right. Center Mass, which was a quarter of the way around the circle. And the TDD, which is directly opposite. So if you want a quick way to get to the TDD, you just run straight through here and straight up to the Trade and Development Division. And again, on the left here, we have MT Protection Services in this corner, Center Mass in the middle, Shubin in that corner, the Commons opposite us. Okay, let's carry on round. So here we have FTL just here on the corner. You don't really do much in here, but this is where you might do deliveries and pickups. We carry on around, and here we have Omega Pro. Okay, Omega Pro is where you're going to get all of your ship parts that you might need to get. If we open the door and come inside, in the back here is where you'll find your terminals. Shop here, and this is where you'll be able to pick up things like your systems, your paints, if you want to buy paint, or utility. So if you do want to buy anything like this, you can choose the paints that you want to buy, and you can choose what you're buying it for. So if you want to do that, that's something you can do. It does tell you what you're going to be customizing, so you must make sure you look. So this is to customize your Retaliator if you want to do that. Customize your Avenger. It does tell you with the ship what it is you're going to be customizing, so make sure that you get the right paint for the right ship if you're going to do this. Don't just buy it randomly. You want to make sure you get the right one. But yes, this is where you can get some paint for your different ships, which is cool to know. Okay. Coming back outside. Following around to continue the circuit. This is the final corner. Nothing here. Oh, planetary services. Yes, this is this is the admin building I was looking for before. This is commodities. So if you're buying and selling commodities, you would do that from here. Commodities slightly different to the TDD. And you'll learn about that as you trade. There is also another deposit and drop off here, and where you can pay your fines and citations. If you have any fines, you can do it at Spaceport, but you can also do it here as well. So just somewhere to know. This is kind of your, this is your MT Planetary Services. Okay, so then we are back to where we started, back to the Commons. So Shubin Interstellar on the corner here, center mass 90 degrees around, 180 degrees around here is going to be the TDD. Omega Pro is 270 degrees, and back doing a full 360 on this circle, we're at the Commons. That's everything you need to know about this. Okay, let's go back through the Commons, back to where the yoga studio was. Not using the transit this time, but rather we are going to go outside. So this is the surface entrance. We take these elevators. There's nothing else you can really do here. There is a promenade. I've actually not walked down here before, so I don't know where that takes us. There's a sky bridge to the promenade there, but I've not done that before. What we're going to do is we are going to take this elevator here. We're going to go to the planetary surface exit. We're also going to make sure that we take off our gown and put on an undersuit and a helmet, because you do not want to go outside without an undersuit or a helmet on. Okay, so now we're here. We've gone up to this gate. Now you can go here if you want. There is a terminal here, and this is the fleet manager. If you call a vehicle here, you will be able to call out something that you might want. For example, if you want to call out a rock or a mule, you can do that, and it will become available in this garage. If you don't want to do a vehicle and you just simply want to go outside, you just take this exit right here. Go through the airlock. Bear in mind, it will be cold. Okay, so now we're outside. That was the garage. This is the exit. And from here, this is where you will be able to park your ship. So it's a bit dark here at night. The frozen lake in front of us. But this is where you'll park your ship. We'll show you this in a moment. And you will come inside. This saves you the ability of taking the train. You do not need to take the train. You can just land directly here. You come in through this gate. This is normally what traders would do. It saves a lot of time. It's the only planetary surface where you can do this. If you go to any of the other planets, you will have to take the train. This is the only planet where you can actually come through to the commons. And when you come up, you can go straight to the TDD. The trading place is where most people will go. And for that to happen, you'll simply come up here. Sorry, you'll go around here, sorry. This will bring you out to the central area here. You'll go around the other side of this. It will take you through to that central area, that circle. You'll go straight across and you're at the TDD. You'll dump whatever cargo you've got, come all the way back, and then that allows you to leave and exit. Alright, so we also have the promenade here. Now, I'll be honest, I have never been down here. I've never seen this. That is the spaceport over there. We can tell by the 3 towers and the lights. Okay, there's the dome. You can kind of see one of them there. Okay, this is the promenade. I've never been here. So I don't even know what's here. It looks like a restroom. Really look like there's much else here at the moment. Although this looks really cool. Wow. So I've never been here before, but this is really cool. So Whammers, this looks like a burger place. There we go. If you want to get some food, you can do that. Keep going around. It looks like it's another circle. Very much like before. The Oasis, which looks like a bar. We have a nightclub here. It's pretty cool. Up to the end here, we have the Cove. Cool. And following this round, we have 2 more what appear to be shops here. Oza, which I don't think is open. Does not appear to be. And this will be a shop where you can buy clothes. So you can buy apparel in here, you can buy clothes in here. So there'll be a terminal in here for this, I assume. Or maybe not. There's normally a terminal. Maybe not in this instance. Not yet. Okay. And then we have this central area, which is pretty cool. Looks like a bar. Place where people can chill. Get drinks, relax. Nice. Okay. So that's the promenade. We're going to come back through. Back through to the plaza. First of all, we're going to have to go through the sky bridge, which is then going to take us through the exit here at the dome. Then we're through into the plaza, and if we went through to the other side, that would then be, or the commons, sorry, and then the plaza. Okay, so we're going to go all the way back through, and this time we're going to take the train. So to take the train, go down to the metro line. We need to make sure we're going the right way. There's only one way down to the transit from here. And then we get to choose, do we want to go to the spaceport or back to Aspire Grand via the Expo Center? Well, we want to go to the spaceport. This is the last one we have not done yet. So 30 seconds for the train. Just show you the map one more time so you can see where we've been. And kind of get an idea of this area. Alright. So that's everything you really need to know about New Babbage in terms of the accommodation, the medical centre, the shopping complex, the trade and development terminal, how to access via the above ground. And so now the last thing I need to show you just before we finish this video is the spaceport. And in the spaceport you'll be able to call your ships. You'll also be able to rent ships if you need to. I'm just going to do a little dance for him. And we're off. Okay. I've found that the people in this game are very, very friendly. I've yet to find anyone, even the pirates, they're nice people. So we can see we're heading now towards these 3 lights. It's very easy to see these at night time. If you're in the sky, if you're flying in, you will look for these 3 towers. That is how you'll know where the spaceport is. So we're now going across the lake. We'll be able to see behind us is the city. We're leaving it all behind now. There it is. And we're now going into the underground section here of the spaceport. I find New Babbage is one of the easier locations to learn. You will obviously need to do this yourself. Okay watching a video, but nothing really helps you as much as experience. And so when you navigate, you'll get used to it. It's quite a simple one to do. Alright, so here we are at the spaceport, exactly the same as everywhere else. You'll come to the right side. There's no stairs to go up this time. Instead we have the elevators. 6 doors, they all do the same thing. It really just gives more of the appearance. So we're going to go to the terminal, so we're going up. Having 6 elevators just makes it seem grander than it is. They all do the same thing, take you to the same place. Okay, so now we are here. We come through to customs. This is the same in any planetary place that you go to with a spaceport, and it's always the same loop. So you'll come through here to the left, you'll come up these stairs. The design is going to be different, but the layout is the same. Now here, when we get to this part, through customs, this is where it changes. Now we can go left or right. Doesn't matter which way we go. Once we get to this part, we can look left, straight on, or right. Left is where the ship rentals are. And if we go into here, you will find a terminal. The terminal is just here. And this is where you can rent ships. There are a few ships available for you, and if you want to rent them, this is where you'll do it. However, if you don't want to rent a ship, and you already have a ship, you can go straight to the hangar. On the left side, just show you this quickly, there is nothing here. This talks about commercial flights. It's a dead end. There's just 2 doors, and if you do go up to these doors, it will say it is restricted and you cannot go through. So this is a dead end at the moment. Maybe it will be something later. Which means that the only 2 things you can do here at the spaceport is the ship rentals or the hangars. So we're going to go to the hangar. Once here, we'll go up to the fleet manager. Every hangar has its fleet manager. You click on these and you will choose a vehicle that you want to retrieve. Now, I'm going to just take out the Sentinel, just because it's available. It will tell you what hangar you're going to. In this instance, hangar 4. We go on to the elevator. Any elevator, doesn't matter which door we go through, they're all the same. And we'll get into the elevator. Now, if you forget what hangar you're in, just look around. You'll actually see your ship, and it will tell you, hangar 4. On here, we're going to select hangar 4. Now, there is, I believe, 10 different hangars. No, sorry, there's more. There's actually 20 hangars. Okay. 20 different hangars. So here we are. This is the hangar. Some hangars are top, some are forward. It depends. This is a forward-facing hangar. You'll always notice with this blue line, this is where you're going to come in. Always the same. So if you come into a hangar, you're looking for the blue panel, and that is where you'll go for the elevator. Alright, so let's just jump into our ship. And we're going to take off, and we're going to show you what New Babbage looks like from the sky. Alright, so first things we need to do as we're taking off, hopefully you'll be aware of this by now. We're going to start our engines. We're going to request exit. And we're going to some power in. So there is New Babbage ahead of you. We can just see that now. I'm going to come out into this mode just so that we can see a little bit better. Perfect. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to head up. And in doing so, we can see directly in front of us that train line that I talked about. And you can see where that takes you to the left and to the right. But we're going to go a little bit higher here so that we can see it. So we'll just get a bit of height above us. Okay. Now we'll start to just level off a little bit. What I really want to do at this stage is just kind of give you a view from this angle. So you can kind of see the main city area there, the big bulk, and then there's lots of little tributaries that kind of lead off from this. Now, they don't really do anything in this game at this stage, but what you'll tell here is if I spin around, you can see those towers. Now, if we go up to space, let me just go inside, and we're going to head up. So in order to do this, all I'm going to do is just burn some boost. And we're going to try and get up somewhere in the region of about 15,000 meters. That's going to give us a much better understanding as we start to look down. Now, it's going to be different between day and night. I appreciate that. Sometimes it's easier at night. Sometimes it's not. It really depends on where you kind of are. But alright. Let's come out now. I think we're high enough up that we can now look back down. Excellent. So now we can see the city over here. If I was to just head over this way. And depending on when you quantum travel into New Babbage, you're going to come from a few different directions. So it helps to have a better understanding. And sometimes just being up here and looking around, it really does help. So you can see at night, it's quite easy to identify at night, especially in New Babbage. What you're going to look for every time, especially if you're new, is you're going to look for these 3 towers. They're very easy to identify. You are able to look all the way around, and in doing so, as you're looking all the way around, what you're looking for is those dots, those lights. So you're thinking to myself, okay, I'm looking around, I can't see them, where are they, where are they, where are they, there they are. And as soon as you see them, that is when you will be able to take this path from the middle of these towers, okay? And you'll follow it, you'll trace the line all the way down, and this is the train line. You'll follow that train line, and it will take you to a part where it splits. We saw this on the map. It goes straight in, which we know goes up towards the Expo, and then bends round towards the Aspire. And then here is where is the Commons. So you can actually see The big building, in fact, just where the front of my ship is, that is a spire. And then it bends around like this, comes to the expo, and then it comes to the commons. So if we follow this train line here, where you can see the nose of my ship is following. If I go into this mode, you'll be able to see it a lot easier, look. So I know it's night time, but you can see it. So here is where the train track splits. We follow it to the left here. You'll see the domes. They are the domes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you down. And I'm going to show you the domes. And I want you to show you this at night. And then I'll be able to show you it at day as well. There are weather systems. Sometimes it will be cloudy. Sometimes it will be stormy. And so it does help for you to have an understanding of what you're looking for. So we're coming down now. We're looking for these domes. And you can see there are 4 of these domes. Very, very easy to identify these domes. Again, if you do get lost, just look for those 3 towers. The 3 towers are isolated from anything else at New Babbage. It's very easy to follow this train line. And what this will do is it will show you the easier way in. So I'm just going to show you this now. We're going to come into the ground. Okay. So this is the frozen lake that I was talking about before. And as you come in, and this is the approach you want to be taking. So you really want to have the spaceport kind of to your right. Maybe at like a 2 o'clock. And you're going to come in at this angle. The reason for this is you're going to be able to assess how busy it is here. Now, at the moment, it's not too busy. But you'll see the middle dome here. The middle dome has a square box that comes off of it. That is the hangar. That is where we was earlier to claim the vehicle from. So if you're not very confident, you can park anywhere here on the frozen lake. You'll be absolutely fine on the frozen lake. Nothing will happen to you. If you have a little bit more confidence, and thankfully if there's space, because there's not always space, sometimes you come here and there will be 20, 10, maybe even 20 ships here. It can get very, very busy. But what you want to do, if you have the ability to, is you want to get as close as you can to here. And this is kind of where you're going to want to stop. Okay. So now we've stopped here, we can turn our engine off and we can exit our vehicle. And this just to show you that if I was to come out of the back of my vehicle, you'll probably fall over when you do this because of the wind. But if I come up to this door, this is the surface entrance. This is back at the commons. So if you land here and you come in here, this was the route that I showed you earlier. Now I'm back in the commons. I can get that elevator. I can go up and I can do my trading or anything else I need. It saves the need to land at the spaceport and take the train. This is why people like New Babbage. It's a lot quicker to get in and out of. The downside, if you are trading, is that the prices here are not as good as some of the other places, and that is reflective of how easy it is to get in and out. So that's everything you really need to know at this stage about New Babbage. We've covered everything from when you wake up to if you come out of hospital, if you wanted to buy anything, and also if you were up in the air as well. Hopefully that helps and it gives you everything you need. Thank you very much for watching, and check out the other videos in this series for the other locations.